Only just 4 years ago, the Boston Celtics drafted these players in hopes of building around Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. But now, none of these guys are even on the current roster. What's going on, guys? This is Crazy NBA back with another YouTube video, and today we are going to be breaking down the 2019 Celtics draft and seeing where is this draft class today. With the last pick in the lottery, the Celtics decided to take a gamble on a kid from Indiana.
14th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Romeo Langford from Indiana University.
The Celtics staff had high hopes for Langford, but he never panned out the way he wanted in his rookie season. The 14th overall pick rarely broke double digits in scoring his rookie season. Langford struggled with efficiency from beyond the arc and only averaged 2.5 points. When year 2 came along for Langford, there were barely any signs of production. Langford struggled to say the least, but in the playoffs with a couple of Celtics players being injured, Langford stepped up and took on a bigger role. Against Brooklyn, he showed that he was still a decent player and that he could handle big game situations. Langford looked like a stud in Summer League, and that's what kept the Celtics fans' hopes up. But Romeo's jumper was always questionable. After 3 seasons with the Celtics, they decided they had enough. Langford never took that next step that the Celtics were looking for. He had a tough time staying on the court, and he never lived up to the hype. On February 10th, 2022, Langford was traded alongside Josh Richardson to the San Antonio Spurs in exchange for Derek White. The Spurs thought that maybe he could find his groove if he became more consistent. Langford only appeared in 4 games with the San Antonio Spurs during the 2021-2022 season. His 3-point shooting was a disaster. The truth is, if you can't hit open shots, it's hard to get any minutes on an NBA team. In the 2022-2023 season, Langford got the most minutes of his career, and his stats improved. He averaged a career high almost 7 points per game. He started in 21 out of 43 games that he played in. His time with the Spurs was way better than what he did with the Celtics. On August 30th, 2023, Langford signed with the Utah Jazz. Langford spent less than 50 days with the Jazz and appeared in only 1 preseason game. Langford looked pretty solid in the 1 preseason game that he played with the Utah Jazz, but they weren't even playing against another NBA team, and he was already struggling to get minutes. On October 17th, 2023, the Utah Jazz released Romeo Langford. Romeo Langford is currently a free agent.
The 22nd pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Grant Williams.
Grant Williams has had the most successful career out of these guys so far. On July 11, 2019, the Celtics announced that they had signed Grant Williams to a 4-year, $11.8 million rookie contract. Fresh out of Tennessee, Grant had the potential to be a solid role player in the NBA. He was a great 3-point shooter and already had the body to succeed at his role in the NBA. While Grant's rookie stats were nothing impressive, his defense was so good and got him a ton of minutes. Celtics coach Brad Stevens loved Grant Williams for his hustle and defensive efforts. Grant Williams showed that he could guard all 5 positions despite being only 6'6". Grant instantly became a fan favorite in Boston. During his time with Boston, Grant Williams played in some big-time games. On May 15th, 2022, Grant Williams scored a career-high 27 points in a big-time Game 7 win over the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. His performance was highlighted by a 7-for-18 mark from 3-point range. He now holds the record for both threes and 3-point attempts made in the NBA Game 7. Grant Williams helped the Boston Celtics reach the NBA Finals, but they would eventually lose to the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. Throughout his whole career, Grant Williams has always been a high-energy guy with a bunch of confidence that always loves to run his mouth every now and again. After spending 4 seasons with the Boston Celtics, Grant started 58 out of 288 games in a Celtics uniform. On July 12, 2023, the Dallas Mavericks acquired restricted free agent Grant Williams in a 3-team trade. Williams signed a 4-year, $54 million contract before being dealt to the Dallas Mavericks. The Celtics basically let him go for nothing because they never had any intentions of re-signing him. I think Grant Williams will take a huge leap in Dallas. I'm excited to see him and Luka play on the same team. I think he will average a career-high 11 points for the Mavericks this season. Now, I don't want to speak too much about Carsen Edwards because I recently made a full video on him. That video will be at the top of the description. But here's a quick little rundown. Carsen Edwards was a superstar out of Purdue University. Some people even said the Celtics got a steal by selecting him so late in the draft. Edwards bounced around the NBA and overseas for a little bit. Being only 5'10" held him back from some great opportunities. Edwards is still currently playing basketball and he is playing for FC Bayern Munich in Germany.
Tremont Waters at LSU. I like it.
During his time with Boston, Waters had a 2-way contract between the Celtics and their G League team, the Maine Red Claws. During his rookie season, Tremont Waters only played in 11 games for the Boston Celtics and the rest of his games with the Maine Red Claws. In 36 games with the Red Claws, he led them to a 28-14 record while averaging 18 points and 2 steals. Waters was named the NBA G League Rookie of the Year for the 2019-2020 season. Waters was back on the Celtics squad for the start of next season. In September of 2021, Waters signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. However, he was waived prior to the start of the season, so he joined the Wisconsin Herd, the Bucks G League team, as an affiliated player. In 13 games, he averaged 17.2 points. Waters' outstanding G League performance got him called back up to the NBA. Waters signed a 10-day contract with the Toronto Raptors. Waters only appeared in 2 games with the Toronto Raptors and averaged 4 points per game. The Raptors didn't like what they saw in Waters, so they didn't give him a second contract. So the Washington Wizards decided to sign him to a 10-day. Waters only played 8 minutes in a Washington Wizards uniform. He didn't get to show the Wizards what he was really capable of. In 2022, Waters spent some time back with the Wisconsin Herd and then with the South Bay Lakers. Waters kept trying to make a name for himself, but he couldn't find the right home. On March 1st, 2022, Waters was selected with the first overall pick in the 2022 Baloncesto Superior Nacional draft by the Gigantes de Carolina. He joined them after his South Bay season ended. He played amazing and was selected as the BSN Rookie of the Year in 2022. Waters' great performance with the Gigantes de Carolina got him an opportunity to play for the Memphis Grizzlies Summer League team. Sadly, this would be the last time that we've seen Waters play with an affiliated NBA team. Right after playing in the Summer League, he flew back to Puerto Rico to help the Gigantes de Carolina win a championship. After carrying his team to winning a championship, Waters decided to take his talents to France and joined the Metropolitans 92. Waters teamed up alongside basketball sensation Victor Wembanyama. Waters and Wemby were the best players for the Metropolitans 92. In the middle of the season with Mets 92, Tremont Waters got in a fight with his teammate Steve Ho-You Fat at halftime during one of their games. Both of these players got in a ton of trouble for fighting. Waters ended up leaving Mets 92 after the incident happened and returned home to Puerto Rico. In the summer of 2023, Waters balled out for the Puerto Rican national team in the FIBA Cup. Waters looked really good for Puerto Rico. He had silently become one of the most thrilling players to watch at the World Cup. Most recently on his Instagram, Tremont Waters announced that he will be playing in China. Tremont Waters has obviously had a bunch of 10-day contracts so far in his career, but who knows, maybe he'll get another shot at the NBA in the future. The Celtics technically traded Matisse Thybulle at pick 20. Thybulle even walked on the stage as a Boston Celtic with the hat and everything at Barclays Center. But Thybulle's draft rights belonged to the Philadelphia 76ers, so he was never really a Celtic. It is really crazy when you see all the things that happened to this draft class and where they are now. Guys, if there's any NBA teams that you think had a worse draft class than this, comment below the team and the year of the draft class, and maybe I'll make a breakdown video on them. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, peace!